It's funny, the responses of people in our community. You're going to have a church where? You're going to do services on Monday night in that place? With so many people unchurched, we've got to do anything we can to get outside our doors.
Church planting is starting a ministry in a particular neighborhood with the sheer goal of creating an atmosphere where God can be found.
We are figuring out how to do multi-campus church with almost no overhead.
Over the last year, we grew in our worship attendance over a weekend by 23%. The old primary way of planting churches was a parachute model drop. You find a really great church planner, you give them a nice sized budget, and you parachute them into a community, and they start a church from scratch. And what we have found is that that's not a very effective way of planting churches, because churches are all about relationships.
As we've looked at the future and tried to look at the next generation, we realize the next generation, they want to do ministry in their community, they want to be connected in their community. We are going to have to go into their neighborhoods.
Well, we just think that we need to make church as convenient as we can, and we would love to invite people to follow Jesus who have difficult schedules and come from many different segments of life.
It's all coming together because we're meeting right where people are in their neighborhood. And that's been something, the results from that has just been so encouraging.
You have a plethora of all kinds of different models that don't look exactly the way that they look on a Sunday morning in a traditional church building.
There is the multi-site model that we've embraced. That location becomes an extension of your current ministry in another location.
This particular venue is a bar, but it's a great location. And that's why we're here. It's sort of between towns, and we're reaching people that other people aren't for that reason.
Vital merger is two churches come together and they create a brand new type of ministry.
We've even kicked around an idea of adopting a country church and doing all country tunes, old gospel tunes.
We were plateaued to declining, and Church in a Diner completely and totally turned us around. We just needed to find the right way or the right method or the right model to make that all happen. It's like getting a satellite into orbit. Once the satellite's in orbit, it has its own momentum and starts to have a life of its own.
We've reached about 150 people we never would have met had we not gone into that location. And we've been able to bring the message of the gospel into their world and to watch their spirits come to life. And it's happened because a group of lay people rose up and said, I'm willing to go.
If you want to do church in a diner in your local community, then do it. What's stopping you?
Jesus says something about go and make disciples. Go is a relevant word. The church is a great place to huddle on a Sunday, but we need to get way beyond the huddle, and that's what we're trying to do here at Crosswind on the corner.
Jesus made it very clear that our mission is to be available to reach people in any pocket of the world. And so it was a real strong call in our heart to go into that Heritage Hill area, and it has been a great success thus far.